Hello out there. It is Tuesday. It is 4:01 p.m. That means it's time for the Alter Ego live sale. I'm your host, Mark Boker, here to talk about this week's new releases and sell them to you if you're so inclined. So let me take care of some housekeeping here. Make sure to say hi when you join so I can say hi back.
Hello.
Hello, Alex. Alex is here in person. IRL, as they say. The kids. Kids say that, right? All right. Last week, as you may recall, was a little tiny week as far as new releases after a big week 2 weeks ago, and now we're back to another big week with all kinds of new stuff. So, if you are new to the live sale, the instructions are scrolling across the bottom. That means look for the Google form that's been pasted into the comments. Fill that out, and we can ship these comics to you anywhere in the United States. If you're local, we will hold them for you for up to 2 weeks. The more often and the sooner we see you, the happier we are. And honestly, the happier you'll be when you get cool new comics to read. So we're going to jump right in. I have a stack. I planned ahead and I pulled. These are all the single issues that I'll be throwing your way. And then I have a stack of graphic novels as well that are new this week. So the 800-pound gorilla is Transformers #1. This is written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson, and it is fantastic. This is the beginning of a new era of Transformers, published by Skybound. That's right, the company that Robert Kirkman owns, the creator of The Walking Dead and Invincible. He is acting as kind of showrunner, overseer of the Energon universe, which is a shared universe between the Transformers and G.I. Joe, among others. So Void Rivals has been the series that kind of kicked off this Energon universe. And now we have Transformers. And this is a fresh start. This is a brand new beginning for fans of the animated series from the 1980s, the original toy line. This is ground zero. You don't have to know anything about Transformers going into it. If you do, there's a ton of Easter eggs in here that you're going to love. Daniel Warren Johnson is a huge fan himself. So we have Transformers this week. Let's see here, $5 for issue #1. And next month, I think it's next month, might be 2 months, we get 2 G.I. Joe series, Cobra Commander and Duke, both written by Joshua Williamson. So that's going to be awesome. Hey, Owen, thanks for joining us today. I will get you another copy of Transformers. I think everybody should pick up Transformers, honestly. If you are even remotely interested in the Transformers, then this is a great place for you to jump in and get in at the very beginning of a brand new era of Transformers. It's fantastic, really. Howdy, 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 Ernie. I think it's Ernie. Could be Molly. Could be Molly and Ernie. But you caught me. You caught me on the live stream. First book that I talked about this week is Transformers. The beginning of a new run, new series from Image Comics. It's a reboot. Reboot. Great place to jump into the Transformers. All right, we've confirmed it is Ernie on the other end of the Fried Taters account. New Vampirella series, Dead Flowers, written by Sarah Frazetta and Bob Freeman. So the daughter of Frank Frazetta, Sarah Frazetta, has been doing some work over at Dynamite. New Vampirella series, you don't really need to know anything going in. All of these Vampirella series are designed to be enjoyed independently. Vampirella Dead Flowers, issue #1. We have several covers. We have, we'll call this, let's see, this is cover B. This is cover D. And this is cover A. And Vampirella is $4. Make sure you say hi when you jump into the stream. I see there are several people watching. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from, and give us a thumbs up or a heart so Facebook knows that we're doing good stuff here. Any Star Trek The Next Generation fans out there, we have a new mini-series that is just in time for Halloween. We have Star Trek Halloween adventures or misadventures taking place on the holodeck. $4 for issue number 1. Hey, Brian, good to see you. And if you're not a Star Trek fan, maybe you're a Star Wars fan. Star Wars The High Republic, Shadow of Starlight, a new High Republic miniseries, $6 for issue number 1. The Jedi are all waiting to guide you through the darkness with their lit lightsabers. This is Nostalgia Week. Nostalgia Week at all comic shops, not just Alter Ego Comics, because for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fans, we have Ranger Academy, issue number 1. $4 for Ranger Academy. This is the introduction of a Power Ranger Academy, and you're kind of enjoying the ride and learning how to be a ranger along with the main characters in the story. Ranger Academy, number 1 from Boom Studios, is $4. Hey, John, thanks for hanging out today. We have the second issue of Masters of the Universe Forge of Destiny. If this is something that you are interested in, we still have copies of issue number 1. Issue number 2 is $4. Issue number 1 is also $4. So if you missed out on issue 1, you can get issues 1 and 2 of Masters of the Universe Forge of Destiny. Brian got you down for a Ranger Academy. And hey, Brittany, thank you for the congrats. For those of you that don't know, my eldest child, Connor, got married on Saturday to his high school sweetheart. And it was an awesome ceremony. Beautiful day, beautiful ceremony. Great to have family around. And yeah, it's weird getting older and seeing your kids getting older too. All right, next up, more horror goodness. The Midnight Show from Dark Horse Comics and writer Cullen Bunn, artist Brian Hurt, the team behind The Sixth Gun from many years ago. Maybe not many, but many years ago. The Midnight Show is for fans of the Hammer horror films or the Universal Monsters horror films, set in present day where a long lost film is rediscovered and involves all of the classic tropes, Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, a creature from the Black Lagoon type of person. And so if you're a fan of those types of things, if you're a fan of good horror stories and or Cullen Bunn, check out The Midnight Show issue number 1. It's $4. Hey, Michael, glad you could hang out with us today. Yeah, and I appreciate the congratulations. So it's been a year. The year is 2023. Alter Ego Comics turns 20. I turn 50, and my oldest child gets married. It's a year to remember. Ernie, I got you down for Midnight Show. Yeah, Brian, I am looking forward to this Saturday. So we're celebrating Alter Ego's 20th anniversary this Saturday here in the shop from 10 until 3. We have a lot of sales going on throughout the store, including buy one, get one half off on all Funko Pops, buy one, get one half off on all board games, buy one, get one half off on all action figures, excluding 6-scale figures. We'll have a brand new assortment of half off graphic novels. Excuse me. And super excited, we're going to have one of the marketing folks from Oni Press coming by and hanging out with us, Michael Torma. Actually, I invited him in February to come hang out with us on a Saturday, and he happened to pick Saturday, October 7th, and he turned it into a whole Midwest tour. So he's going to about a half dozen different shops where he'll be talking about Oni's upcoming books. Cullen Bunn has some new stuff coming from Oni. He'll have some freebies to give away. And he used to work in a comic shop, so maybe we'll get him behind the register or help him suggest comics to people coming in. So that's this Saturday, our big 20th anniversary celebration / sale. Hope you can join us for that. Next up, Strange Academy, The Amazing Spider-Man. This is a one-shot. It is $5. It's tied to a series of one-shots that was Strange Academy and fill-in-the-blank characters. So we've had Moon Knight, we've had Miles Morales, we've had several other characters. So if you're a fan of Strange Academy, I would say this is a must-buy. If you're an Amazing Spider-Man fan, you may want to consider it. $5 for this one. Marvel's next big event starts tomorrow. It is Gods, issue number 1, written by Jonathan Hickman, the architect behind House of X and Powers of X. He revamped the X-Men several years ago. Valerio Schiti is the artist on this. This is $10 for issue number 1. It's an oversized first issue, and as I said, it kicks off the next Marvel event. Got some other number 2s, well, 3 number 2s from DC Comics, and we still have the first issues available. We have Fire and Ice, Welcome to Smallville. Fire, Ice from Justice League days back in the 80s. If you missed issue number 1, we still have it. $4 for issue number 2 and issue number 1. If you're a fan of either of these characters or kind of fish out of water, small town stories. And Blue Beetle, issue number 2, is out this week. $4 for this one, and we still have copies of issue number 1 available if you want to check out the new Blue Beetle series. Excuse me. And Birds of Prey, issue number 2, is out this week. $4. We still have copies of issue number 1 if you want to get into the new Birds of Prey series, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed issue number 1. It's written by Kelly Thompson. Black Canary is leading the team, and the characters are just really well written. And I love the art too. It's kind of a little bit of a throwback art style. Really digging it though. Speaking of throwback, we have a new facsimile edition, Detective Comics number 140, first appearance of the Riddler. So this is reprinting the very first appearance of the Riddler from 1948. First appearance of the Riddler, 1948. Again, facsimile edition, so an exact reprint of the comic, the original comic from way back in the day. $5 will get you this. The original will cost a lot more than $5. And if you're an Alice Cooper fan, there's a new Alice Cooper series from Dynamite. And this has a really cool premise. It's written by Rodney Barnes, who's written lots of stuff for Marvel and DC. So this is the devil realizes that people love rock stars, and that makes his power weaker. So he starts to kill off all of the rock stars. And you see, without mentioning, you see several recognizable rock stars that have been brought to hell, and their next target is Alice Cooper. So it sounds really interesting. Cover B, I should say it is $5. I'm sorry, $5. Cover B, this is cover C. We have a photo cover, which is cover D. And we have cover A. So if you want to read Alice Cooper versus the Devil, now you can. All right, that does it for single issues this week. Let's move on to new graphic novels. We have a new all ages DC. We have a couple all ages books from DC. Diana, the Hero's Journey is $13. There's a lot to read on the back here, so I don't think I'm going to write all of it or read all of it, but there is a pull quote that says, "Young readers and superhero enthusiasts alike will be delighted by Diana as she learns about community and true heroism in this dynamic adventure." So if you have a young one that is a fan of Wonder Woman, or if you're just a fan of all ages stories, pick this up for $13. The other one that we have is Superman, The Harvests of Youth. This is more of a YA book, so middle school and up. $17 for this one. A heartbreakingly human story about the legendary Superman as a teenager finding his place in a dark world without losing sight of his greatest power, hope. Hope. We go from the hopefulness of Superman to Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead. This is a hardcover, just in time for Halloween, $25 for Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead, written by someone who's very familiar with Armies of the Dead, Mr. Bruce Campbell, also known as Ash. On the Marvel side, we have the first volume of the current Doctor Strange series. $18 gets you this first volume, collecting issues 1 through 5 of the current Doctor Strange series by Jed MacKay and Pascal Ferry. Oh, you know what? This is a single issue that I missed. DC's seasonal oversized comics, I should say, has a new entry this week. DC's Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun. $10 for several spooky short stories, all set within the DC universe. If you are a fan of Mark Millar, you may know that he has a deal with Netflix to bring a lot of his creations to that streaming service. And the latest one is The Chosen One. This is on Netflix right now. It was originally titled American Jesus. And apparently the folks at Netflix didn't think that that would go so well. So they moved it to Mexico, I believe, and it's called The Chosen One. This is collecting all 3 volumes of American Jesus for the low price of $25. You can get all 3 volumes of Mark Millar and Peter Gross's American Jesus trilogy, the inspiration for The Chosen One on Netflix. More spooky stuff. We've got the first volume of Eerie, collecting Eerie 1 through 5. This is similar to the EC reprints that we have here, Tales from the Crypt and Weird War Stories and other things like that. So there was Creepy and Eerie also that came out, I believe, in the 60s. Let's see. Wow. Yep, 65 and 66. So the original materials from 1965, 1966. Spooky stories by some comic book legends. Oversized format. This is in black and white, but the artwork is beautiful. $25 gets you Eerie Volume 1. And our last item today is the story of Barbie and the woman who created her. This is a $20 hardcover. It's a picture book. So if you've got anyone under your roof or that you know who's a fan of the Barbie movie or Barbie in general, this is really designed to be read to children or have children read it on their own. But it's a great presentation, would make a great gift for the holidays. The story of Barbie and the woman who created her, $20 for this one. And that's all I have. We're keeping these short and sweet, going through just the new releases, and we'll see what happens in the weeks ahead. But so far, I'm 3 for 3. I think I've been here 3 consecutive weeks. The plan is to keep it on Tuesdays at 4 p.m., and you can always watch the replay later anytime. If there's anything that you've seen in the video that you, if you're watching this later, just comment with the word sold and the name of the item, and I'll confirm later. And don't forget our 20th anniversary celebration / sale this Saturday, October 7th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. We'll have a bunch of stuff on sale throughout the store, including a whole new selection of half-off graphic novels, and special guest Michael Torma from Oni Publishing will be here with freebies and talking about all the cool stuff that Oni is working on these days. So that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you watching. If you're, whether you're watching this live or watching it later, I appreciate you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. And don't forget to come visit us tomorrow for New Comic Book Day. Take care.